Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are good. As you know, we have already finished chapter 2, the cell unit of life, during our offline classes. Today I am going to take lesson 3, tissues, plant and animal tissues. A single cell working on its own would achieve very little inside animal or plant cell. So many similar cells lying side by side work together as a team to perform a special function. This group of cells is called tissue. So dear students, in this chapter we are going to learn the relationship between cells, tissues, organ system and organism. At the same time, we will learn the different types of plant and animal tissues and their location and characteristics. So let's start. Plant and animal tissues. Let's start. What are tissues? A tissue is a group of similar cells to perform a specific functions. Most plants and animals show a tissue system. What is the relationship between tissue, organ system and organism? Already we studied in previous classes and in previous chapter also we studied cell is the basic unit of life, or cell is the smallest unit of life. Similar cells together form tissues, and tissues together form organ. Many organs working together to perform a specific life process and constitute an organ system. Organ systems together constitute the organism. Plants have only two systems, root system and shoot system, and they constitute the plant and organism. So today we will study the plant tissues. Plant tissues are basically of two types, meristematic and permanent. Meristematic tissue has ability to multiply, while permanent tissues lost their ability to multiply. This is the basic difference between meristematic tissue and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues are found at all growing points of a plant, like tips of roots, stems and branches, or in other words, at the extreme ends of roots, stems. They are also present between the bark and the woods of tree, where it leads to growth in the diameter of a stem. Meristematic tissue is of two types, apical or terminal meristem and cambium. What is the difference? Both are meristematic tissue, and what's the difference between apical and cambium? Apical meristematic tissue is located near the tips of roots and stems, and also present in the growing young leaves near the tips of stems. Cambium is situated below the bark and is responsible, helps the plant grow in width by making more xylem and phloem. Now question is, what is bark? Don't relate this bark to the dogs. This bark is different. It is found in plants. Bark is the part that covers the trunk or stem of the tree. So this is the difference between apical and cambium. Next we will see permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are made up of cells which have lost their ability to multiply. They take a permanent shape to perform some permanent function. They may be living or dead. According to function, permanent tissues are of three types: protective, supportive and conducting.
Protective tissue consists of cells which with thick walls, and they are found on the surface of roots, stems and leaves, as their function is protective, like epidermis of leaves, and it secretes a waxy waterproof material and helps in protection. Supportive tissue is of several types, and most important ones: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Just see the diagram of parenchyma cells or parenchyma tissues. It is composed of large thin-walled cells and they contain a single large vacuole. They are found in soft parts of the plant. Which are the soft parts of the plant? Cortex, outer region or central region of roots and stems. These cells are living, they store food and also provide support to the plant. Potatoes are mainly composed of parenchyma cells. You see potato, storage of starch, granules of starch you can see here, and they are composed of parenchyma cells. Some parenchymatous cells present in leaf and they contain chloroplast. They then form a tissue called chlorenchyma and they help the leaf to produce food. Second, collenchyma. Collenchyma is made up of parenchymatous cells which are elongated, long in shape, thick at the corners, and it is found in the leaf stalk. What is leaf stalk or petiole? It is the part of plant where a leaf attaches itself to the plant stem. Next, sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma composed of long, narrow and thick cells which have become dead. Now they are dead and they have thick walls because of a substance. Underline this: deposition of lignin. What is the name of that substance? Lignin. Because of lignin they are thick walls they have. Next, conducting tissue or vascular tissue. They provide passage for water and minerals to move up and down in the plant. And two types of conducting tissues are xylem and phloem, and you are very well familiar with these two types of tissues. Xylem. Xylem cells are thick-walled, or xylem cells, as they have to conduct water and minerals, they are in the form of tubes, tubular form, tubular passages they are, and they provide upward movement of water and dissolved material. You can see the variety of xylem elements or tracheids. Older xylem tissue forms the wood and they don't take part in transport. How do we determine the age of a tree? We determine the age of tree by counting its annual rings, and these annual rings are actually the xylem rings. And what are the part of xylem tissues? The part of xylem tissues are tracheids. Tracheids are long dead cells and highly lignified cell walls they have. Then xylem vessels or tracheae. They are also long tube-like structures, as their main function transporting of water and dissolved minerals. And then xylem parenchyma consists of living parenchymatous cells. Phloem. Phloem present below the bark provide a passage for the downward movement of food. Where food is manufactured in the leaves and then it transported to various parts of the plants. They also provide upward movement. point to be noted, xylem provide only upward movements of water and minerals, while phloem provides upward and downwards movement of prepared food. And phloem made up of sieve tubes. Here you can see sieve tubes, companion cells, and phloem parenchyma. Xylem and phloem collectively form vascular bundles, and the veins of leaves are example of vascular bundles. So dear students, today we studied about the plant tissues. In next video we will study about the animal tissues. So goodbye and take care.